Vietnam became a market economy in the early 90s and has gone through an economic boom over the last 2 decades. But amid the global financial crisis and with a communist regime ruling with an iron fist, modernization is happening at a slower pace than many in this country of 90 million would like. 2 years ago, the government began a privatization program to attract foreign investment. This chocolate factory on the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City was started by 2 Frenchmen. Buying only from small producers, they pay above the market price to ensure they get the best cocoa beans.
Marou is a brand, reflects certain things. It reflects quality, authenticity, taste, and working locally in Vietnam. And we want to grow to be a large artisanal chocolate maker, not an industrial chocolate maker.
The chocolate is exported to top-of-the-range markets from Sweden to Singapore. Concepts like design and environmental sustainability are important.
For the first time, they put something like the French AOC system, Appellation d'origine contrôlée, for Phu Quoc fish sauce. I think the European Union had a lot to do with this. I think that shows an interesting trend pointing towards more recognizable quality products from Vietnam.
Like many communist countries opening up to capitalism, Vietnam has a growing middle class hungry for consumer goods. The EU and the US are competing for a free trade agreement. Brussels started negotiating in 2012 and last year sent a delegation to Vietnam to develop local partnerships. If we want to help our companies protect themselves against relocating, we must help them become more international. Unfortunately, only 13% of small and medium-sized European firms operate beyond European borders. The EU has invested almost €4 million in a new legal support centre for European SMEs. It's just opened in Ho Chi Minh City. A major challenge is adapting to Vietnam's one-party system, renowned for repressing dissent.
If you look at the things like freedom of expression, it's a very difficult country. If they want more European investment, they have to look at these issues, because a European investor coming here does not only look at the economic framework, but also looks at the broader social and political framework.
Another sector with big potential is tourism. The country welcomed more than 6 million visitors in 2013, 1 million from EU countries. Brussels has signed a cooperation agreement, but the Vietnamese want Europe to reciprocate by easing its visa rules. I hope that the cooperation between the EU and Vietnam will not only be in one direction. We want to have support from the EU, but we also want to have a higher number of Vietnamese tourists entering EU countries. The European Union might open its doors to tourists for specific events like the Euro 2016 football tournament in France and next year's World Expo in Milan. But the main goal is gaining access to Vietnamese markets, such as developing resorts and tourism.
It is a big industry. It's investment, it is equipment production, it is know-how transfer, it's a lot of education. And on the other side, it's of course a big opportunity for exchange also in sports, culture and some other sectors.
Oriberry is a new coffee brand created in 2007 by a community developer within an NGO. It allows small producers to earn more income by cutting out large distributors. They get a share of a rapidly growing market. Vietnam is now the world's second largest coffee exporter behind Brazil.
My dreams for Oriberry is we could have some coffee producer in different areas of Vietnam having their own brand, having their own shops. That would create some opportunities for them and for us also to have more research on coffee.
Nearly 4 decades after the end of the Vietnam War, although the communist leadership's grip on power remains firm, little by little the economy continues to open up.